We're back at it.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'm Johnson. I was almost gonna.
Johnson.
Oh shit. God damn it, man. Alright, well, I guess we'll make this a running joke.
Yes. Well, we have, but I mean, we've used every permutation of it, I think, already. And
No,
it's only
no,
been
no,
two.
no, we haven't yet. Alright.
Okay. You take the lead for part 3.
Alright.
Oh no, a raptor. Yay.
That's our boy.
That raptor was going full Alex Jones, murdered the Christians for a second there, but... Hey, Sylvie.
These are real frames, make the frogs gay.
Man, how would Alex Jones be if he was like a Jupiter colony man? And like...
How would Alex
Had to
Jones
deal with
be
robots.
in like a world
In
with like
space.
giant robots exist?
He wouldn't trust anything.
Yeah.
Did you see he had the man... Oh, also, leave this area right away, lest those roaming enemies destroy buildings.
Nice.
Are you alright?
So, also, these energy lines going through Jehuti, mark how much health you have. When you're at yellow, that means you've lost a fair bit of health.
Oh.
I've yelled at you.
Don't worry, I yelled at you too. But one thing that I want you to remember. You have to take care of your own life too.
Good advice, Leo.
I understand.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
You did manage to escape. Didn't you, Father?
So as far as I know, Leo, no one ever really... Well, we'll talk about Leo's dad more later. But we never find out what happens to Leo's dad. I
Yeah,
don't
didn't
think.
we go there to find his dad in the first place?
Yeah, and then we found his childhood romance friend Selvius
Yeah.
instead. So we just kind of said, "Well, fuck you,
whatever.
Dad."
It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More recap in case you forgot the explanation of what we were doing
Yeah.
that we just talked about before that boss fight.
And then to escape from Antilia in convoy.
Glad we don't have to explain this, like we can just let the game do it.
Yeah.
Thanks for making it easier on commentary, Konami.
We even got an infographic.
Unfortunately, we need more detailed information about the colony.
When is like Ada gonna give us like a PowerPoint on shit?
Once we are there, I can transplant the necessary information from the local server. After that,
Oh yeah, I was gonna say this, and then okay, this is a good time then to bring up Alex Jones again. Did you see that he had that? Well, first of all, did you see that 30-year-old dude who like wasn't moving out of his house or
Yes,
whatever?
yeah.
And like his parents took him to court. Did you see that Alex Jones apparently like interviewed that dude?
I thought, yeah, I know that. I kind of thought he recruited
100%.
him.
cannot define it.
I wouldn't be surprised. Dumbasses attract other dumbasses.
Yeah.
Proceed directly to the factory.
I'll do as you say.
All right, we gotta get to that factory, but
Here are the latest headlines.
Ooh.
attacks are happening.
Oh, we're getting the news.
Part of their invasion.
So Baram, or Baram, however you want to, people pronounce it differently, I think, depending on the person doing the voice,
Workers are having
Um,
difficulty gaining access
is like the Xeon. They're Martian Xeon.
waiting
Okay.
for the release of death. That's all for now.
They're evil enemy faction that wants independence from admittedly shitty Earth government. For those of you who are not
Can't you help but
Gundam fans
Yeah,
watching this,
basically.
we should probably give some info
No,
and not
no,
just
you-
assume
the
everyone
required
knows Gundam.
viewing for this LP is watching all of Gundam.
illogical action
All of it,
All
yes.
of it.
Just for a little while.
So yeah, Ada's like, no, carry out the mission, and Selvius is like, no, we gotta save people.
Complete our mission, we should not engage in any other activities.
Oh, I see.
Also, judging from the capabilities of the Frame Runner, the risk rate for such an illogical action is very
Yeah,
high.
Yeah.
fuck you, Leo, you
Yeah,
suck.
you tell him, Ada.
Leo.
I will pinpoint its location with a marker, but I must repeat.
Before too on the map, you might have seen that the I don't know why I just said son. You might have seen that one of the areas has a question. Yeah, you can see that area has a question mark. That means that there's something there worth grabbing.
Okay.
That has just shown up. Sometimes the question mark goes away if you just don't grab it right enough, but that still means you it's not like you lost the item. You can still go back and grab it.
Okay, that's good.
So notice the downed 11 raptor.
All right, well that's two.
That the camera ominously pans to.
That's 2 expensive robots down. Well,
Yeah.
Let me indicate with a marker the buildings which have vital activity.
I can't believe the government is paying for robots that just get their asses beat.
There are many people still in the buildings, Leo.
Come on, man.
So be careful.
I know. But
Remember
at
in
least I have
Gundam
to
Unicorn when
exterminate
like
the enemy in this
grunt
area.
robots were actually pretty sick?
Okay. So, this is an SOS mission.
Oh yes. Oh man.
So we gotta make sure
What-
that buildings don't get fucked up and survivors don't die.
Yeah.
All of those icons on the map are survivors. You can see enemy patrol routes on your map. They will blow up things on their patrol route randomly.
Oof.
So what I'm doing is kiting all of them to this corner of the map with relatively little stuff
Oh.
to get fucked up.
Just bring in all the aggro.
Yeah. So you get ranked on your performance. And to get an A or S rank in this game, you need to get all A ranks on these SOS missions. There are 5 of them in the game.
Okay.
You get an A rank by having less than 10% of buildings destroyed and no survivors dead. You get a B rank if no survivors are dead and more than 10% of the buildings are destroyed. You automatically get a C rank if even 1 survivor dies.
Well,
And then it just goes lower from there.
Okay.
So they are very hard to get A ranks on.
yeah. Yeah.
So the first one is kind of rough here. Just do what I'm doing. The second one is brutal because that's the one where you have to fight a fucking boss in beforehand.
All the enemy frames are destroyed. I will
So
inflict damage to
once
no
again, all of
buildings.
that building damage counts towards that mission, which is complete bullshit.
No casualties.
You did it! Leo, you're
And then the third one is hard, but the 4th and 5th are actually pretty simple. So we will definitely be taking a look at those and doing all of those. Also, one thing too, I actually didn't confirm this, but as far as I know, when you get an SOS mission on the map, if you don't go to it right away, you automatically just fail the mission.
Oh.
Like you can't go back to get to it,
Well,
I believe. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I am pretty sure.
I will not quote you on that.
Okay. Anyways, we can go to the factory now that we saved that town. You know, only 8.8% of the neighborhood was destroyed. That's, you know,
Good shit.
or like 8.7 or something,
Yeah.
you know.
That's
That's
better.
like-
That's better than most other mecha pilots. I
Yeah.
think.
That being said, whenever we go back to the town, we don't have to worry anything about those buildings getting destroyed, other than our experience gauge.
Enemy with the passcode for the local
So,
I see.
The star-marked frames show the leaders. Destroying the leader
it only
frames
counts
will
when you're
lower the
graded
level
on
of
it, is
the
the moral of the
Yeah.
story there.
I don't care about people unless they give me an S rank.
Yeah.
That's my
Honest-
that's my ninja
honestly.
way.
Also, you can't get an S rank on those missions, but you can get an S rank for the overall game ranking, which is weird. But I don't know. Zone of the Enders 2 has a double S ranking that you can get at the end of the
Yo,
game.
that's my shit. If you add more
Yeah.
S's to the rank, you know, like you're
automatically cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You make me feel cool with the amount of S's on the rank.
Because I know people are going to be asking if I don't clarify what the ending rank matter, like what changes if you get like a good rank. Pretty much nothing. You get a different credit song if you beat the game on A rank or higher. So it's really just a bragging rights thing, but I just thought, fuck it, if I'm doing this LP, I'm gonna do it cool.
Yeah, we're gonna listen to some good shit.
Yeah, we're gonna accidentally blow up buildings all the time.
Yeah.
These coffin-like enemies are called mummy heads. They're raptors with dumb shields. They are one of the 3 basic enemy types in the game. And they're annoying because they're like ranged damage people, and they have that really annoying like beam attack where they just wiggle around with 2 giant beams. This we picked up earlier is our first sub-weapon. It's pretty useless. It's just a little like beam machine gun. It's good for making enemies block so you can get closer to them. And that's about it. I don't actually think I use it for the rest of the LP.
Nice.
We have obtained the Metatron ore.
I'm gonna pick this up though.
Ooh, what's this?
We have obtained the program.
An info file.
Give you the next mission instructions. Depart the industrial area.
Do you think like Jehuti has like a settings.ini file that like
Does he have like System 32?
maybe?
Wonder if I can like trick Leo into deleting that.
It was really fucked up. Like I was playing this game and then Jehuti paused and was like, "Hold on, Leo, I'm updating my privacy policy."
Oh
Report
no.
the current situation status. The enemy has taken over the colony.
So Johnson, how do you feel about filler
In order to win
things
mastery
in
of the
games?
air.
Depends.
All civilian flying objects in the
I don't know.
Look at this dictionary.
Oh, fuck, dude.
From the outer EPS system, as mandated
Can I just
by
like
the
access this
Protection Law.
dictionary like in Super Robot
The
Wars?
enemy is using the EPS to form
No,
Oh,
it's
man.
off limits. It's cutscene exclusive.
fly over the colony.
So there's a giant microwave force field.
Yes. Being
I'm
within the
sorry,
energy
what?
field is like being in a
There-
microwave oven.
It's being explained.
Oh,
Would
thanks,
not suffer
Ada.
much damage, but any
Yes.
vital life form would not
So we
survive.
can't escape the colony.
So what can we do?
Can't
We have
escape
no
from
choice
crossing
but to disrupt the
colonies.
energy field by
No,
destroying the
can't
EPS system.
escape from
This
crossing
colony
microwave
has
beams,
two
actually.
facilities
Yeah.
which supply EPS energy. 2 EPS antennas are housed in 2 mountains in the center of the colony. By turning these 2 antennas to face each other, the enemy has created a massive microwave energy field.
Oh no.
in the center of
Damn.
the colony. Our first task is to destroy those 2 EPS
So we gotta blow
antennas.
those up.
Just
Which guess what? It's not that simple.
You see the colony
Fuck.
shaft ahead of us? It carries the main power supply
And you
to
gotta
the
fuck up
EPS
the
antennas
shaft.
From the axis of the
A
colony.
lot of phallic imagery in this game.
By damaging the relay block of the shaft, we can weaken the EPS energy flow. If not, stop it.
So, the shaft and 2 antennas. Okay, let's do it.
Current status is that the EPS antennas
I like this
are not
background music a
accessible.
lot, though.
We should journey to block D07,
Very,
where
very
the
appropriate for
shaft is
PowerPoint
located. I will show
presentations.
you with a marker on the screen.
Not again.
I suggest you
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, she's
We're-
stolen the fucking robot. I forgot.
That I was gonna reference that at some point. Selvice does not talk nearly enough
Yeah.
to the point where it's actually kind of weird.
I thought we were
she's
gonna
just
drop
really
her off, like, you know.
no, and we don't until like near the end of the game.
Oh.
But like, there's a lot of shit where she's just staying super quiet. She just don't got a lot to contribute, I guess.
I relate.
So we're back here.
Oh boy.
So once again, I've said it enough times, you can fuck this mission up and lock yourself out of an A rank from before you even access this.
Good stuff,
Can
Capcom.
we go save them?
I said Capcom, but
Yeah,
good stuff,
Capcom,
Capcom.
Konami.
Yeah. No, good shit,
can't-
Capcom.
So this is, I think, by far the hardest SOS mission in the game.
All right, well, guess we'll
See,
get it out of the way.
Eulogist just already, like, shit's just blown up already.
Yeah.
And, like, we barely started.
our location.
So what you gotta do
Enemy backup force.
is just fly around like that, go into, like, all of their patrol routes, and just get as many of them as possible. When you're getting on the side of the map, there's these 2 parks. You can kind of see we're flying over. Yeah, you can see the parks.
Okay, yeah.
Fly over that because there's just a lack of shit in the way, and if a stray bullet fires at you, chances are it won't hit a building. Jehuti can blow up buildings accidentally with projectile attacks and burst attacks, but your regular sword attack cannot ever harm a building. So just keep that in mind.
That's... Huh.
We have shot down.
Yeah, that's weird.
They
a
made
giant
their,
fucking
They made their building
arm
sword-proof. Yeah, good stuff.
It's the future,
Yeah.
you know. These... Oh, I blew it up, so that's a bad example, but you can see that the beefy arm boys that attack like boxers, they're called Cyclops. I don't know what the plural of Cyclops is.
Cyclopsi.
Cyclopsi? Is it actually? I don't know.
I'm
Cyclops. That's another one right there. They are, in my opinion, the hardest enemy in the game because they will clash with you the most, and as they level up, they get really good at dodging your projectile shit.
Oh.
However, they are weak to dash attacks, and that includes the projectile dash attack. And by weak 2, I just mean they seem to have a hard time compared to the other enemy types dodging them.
Okay.
So they're just a pain in the ass because your dash attacks are honestly kind of weak, but they're just, very reliable for attacking that enemy type. So they're kind of long-winded fights later on in the game. And even this raptor that's already level 3 is clashing with us a lot,
Yeah,
as you can see.
that was a cool class sequence.
Yeah.
But he needs to die. Alright, there we go.
Found the enemy.
We gotta get the playthrough moving.
Yeah. So you might be noticing I'm low on health. Every squad in the game, well, not every, but like most squads in the game, when they're on the map, you can see them. They have like a descriptor underneath. Like you probably saw like Phalanx, Passcode, Metatron.
Yeah.
That signifies what they drop after you beat them.
Okay.
So anytime you pick up Metatron in the game, it is a full life heal. So keep that in mind.
The passcode.
I shouldn't have done that burst attack because if that didn't hit that enemy, that totally would have blown up that office
Yeah.
building or whatever that.
No,
building
it's all
is.
good.
I don't know why.
No worries, no worries.
Accomplished.
Yeah.
We'll report
We
damage
did it,
to
we did it.
areas from this
So
side.
even with me being super cautious during the boss fight and leaving that area right away, just in the mission alone,
You're fantastic.
8.8% of the buildings blew up. So we still got the A rank, but this is a very tight squeeze.
Yeah.
Now we can pick this up, which we couldn't pick up before because I didn't want anything blowing up. This is the Javelin sub-weapon. Sub-weapons you flip through by using the D-pad. You saw me using the Phalanx before. That was the first one I picked up. We don't have any ammo for it right now. Every time you pick up a new sub-weapon, you have to get ammo for it by beating enemies in some way, shape, or form, unfortunately. So
Well,
we'll show that off later. Most of the sub-weapons are bad, which is a shame.
Oh.
Because in Zoe 2, they're very good.
well, I guess we won't be seeing you, Javelin.
We will, but it'll be a little bit here. We're going to City 1.
The energy field has already reached the city.
No sign of vital activity in this block. I assume the microwave energy field has eliminated all vital forms.
It's awful.
So, what do you suggest?
Destroy the EPS relay block at the
A lot
base
of
the
enemies
south.
drop Phalanx.
You mean I shoot from
Nice.
We're gonna have a lot of Phalanx ammo by the time this is done.
Jehuti's energy
We're already at 472, you know, like...
We should find
Yeah.
a primitive
Okay,
Hey,
we can...
I hope it goes into the thousands.
Oh, hell yes.
We have confirmed the conditions at the target. Let us
4
know now
digits,
and locate a
baby.
suitable weapon.
Alright, so we can't get through this microwave field shield thing. And we need to fuck up those dots on that rotating shaft. So we need to get a primitive long-range weapon. A bow and arrow, no. That would be dope, though. I would love to see a giant robot with a bow and arrow.
Give-
I'm sure that has to exist in something or another.
Give Jehuti a gun. Oh wait, we have Phalanx.
We have Phalanx.
Fuck. Never mind.
I love Phalanxes. I love Jehuti's flying animation though, and I also love that the cockpit becomes, for lack of a better word, erect.
Yes.
Like it points straight up. It's dumb.
Thanks, Shinkara.
Alright, so if you remember, there's this Lev in this neighborhood, and also that crashed raptor that we're focusing on every time we go to this fucking map. So that Lev has a sniper rifle and we need it.
Oh.
I detect a vector trap.
Oh, boy.
It appears there is a hidden object in this area.
Vector trap?
It is one of the Metatron-related technologies. Jehuti's weapon storage system and the Urenbeck catapult are some of its applications. When you apply high energy and high speed rotation to Metatron, you can observe an effect where false space is pulled into the direction of its axis. By simultaneously putting an object at the equilibrium point of compression and expansion, space will recover to its normal condition.
That's enough. I can't understand.
Yeah, same here, Leo. I don't
Discover
fucking get
objects
it.
called Porter in this area, and then something will happen.
Ada explained this shit to me like I'm like 7.
They are small, and besides,
I just love the line delivery of, and then something
Yeah.
will happen. So there are these little purple things are called porters. And we're gonna need to blow them up, but basically every map that we get to that has these fucking things, I just clear out the map of enemies, because you're gonna run into them
Yeah.
anyways. So,
I got some solid shots in there.
we have
Yeah.
found the enemy.
So yeah, you can do like a melee attack combo, and your 4th attack will push them away, but if you feel like you can get away with it, you can go for like 2 attacks or 3 attacks and then do a burst attack,
We have shot
which does a
down.
lot of damage and also breaks a guard.
I'm wondering if you can like dash cancel in this game.
I think in the sequel, yes, but like,
yeah.
what do you mean by dash
So
canceling?
like
Just,
you can
do-
like do an attack and then go straight into a dash and then do another attack, basically.
Yeah. Well, basically what you do is you can do like hit and run, and actually I'm gonna employ that for a boss fight very late into the game, where
Okay.
like you can do 2 slashes and then dash back, dash forward, and then do 2 slashes.
Yeah.
And you can get some very safe rapid fire attacks off that way.
Okay.
But I think specifically what you're talking about might only be in Zoe 2.
Well, that's
Blew
why
two there with the grab.
ZOE2 is good.
Force is approaching our location.
So I don't know if I've talked about this yet. Oh, well, we'll get to it when I fuck up those ones later. Also, yeah, keep in mind your health when you're getting into fights. Try to save Metatron fights for when you're running low on health. Like, don't waste your health, especially because on hard and very hard, health is a very limited resource to come by. Also, when you die in this excuse me, when you die in this game, you get the Metal Gear option of, do you want to continue from where you died, or do you want to load a save? Oh, this is the Javelin, by the way. It sucks.
Yeah.
It's actually the worst thing in the game. And this fucking mummy head's fucking me up. You get the option of continuing or exiting to the title screen and then loading a save. If you want an S rank, you have to have less than 5 continues.
Oh.
And I recommend you save those continues for the final stretch of content in this game because it gets hard. You see this enemy that you see the asterisk?
Yeah.
That means that it's the leader of this squad. Not all squads have a leader, but some do. If you kill the squad leader, all of the other enemies level down to level 1 or 2.
We will cease battle position.
So that's a good cheat sheet tip. So now we need to fuck up all these
Oh,
porters.
dude, don't
it's
shoot
very
the
easy.
buildings, man. Come on.
It's very easy because the aiming sensitivity in this game sucks. So you're gonna be blowing up a lot of buildings. If I recall, I cut down, and these stoplights, which also count as buildings.
Oh.
I cut out all the other times we have to do this, I believe, and I just condense it down so that like it goes to like me blowing up the final one or whatever.
Nice.
But I just wanted to show off what the full process was like, because this is the least bad of them. Some of the later maps have a lot of fucking porters, and it takes like a minute or 2.
Oh boy.
So we got a fucking sniper rifle, Johnson.
I like that.
I do too. So the sniper also sucks.
Fuck.
It is in fact a sub-weapon, so...
It's a sniper rifle. How do you fuck up the sniper rifle, you know? Like...
So, I actually... Because if you pay attention, I actually like this. This is kind of subtle. They always call it a primitive long-range weapon.
Oh, of course.
And it's because it's not an energy weapon. It's like an actual bullet, you know?
Damn humans.
Alright, so we're gonna snipe these nodes. This is one of the 2 uses the sniper has in this game. It's for this, and also, which I'll be showing off for a rescue mission later, the sniper rifle is very good for drawing aggro.
Oh.
Because your burst attack only goes so far, but the sniper will reach to the end of the map.
Just like
So you can just shoot an enemy from that far away and make them come to you, which is very good.
just like the bow and arrow in Dark Souls.
Yes. Honestly, yeah.
I think I bridged the connection from ZOE
Yes.
1 to Dark Souls.
Good job.
No problem.
The Spirit Bomb long-range projectile burst attack is really good at fucking up mummy heads. As they level up, they get better at shooting them out of the sky, unfortunately, but also it's bullshit because they can cross through this force field, but you can't sometimes. Like, you just kind of have to go back and wait for them to come to you. You just saw me use the sniper there. It basically does nothing. Sometimes it knocks them back a little bit. It barely does any damage, though. It's not worth using in a fight.
Yeah, what is
Only
a
use for
bullet?
starting them.
What is a bullet to a big ass robot?
Yeah. Thanks for the reminder, Data. Enemies can... The Cyclops can grab you. I think mummy heads can technically too, but you, like, never see it. But yeah, I think it's worth pointing out that every enemy in the game has the same moveset as Jehuti. They all have dash attacks, they all have burst attacks, they all have regular attacks.
Okay.
Which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty easy to understand.
Yeah. Yeah, and also, it makes you, like, the game does a pretty good job, in my opinion, of, like, hey, when you see, like, a bigger, kind of more flashy-ish, usually they're yellow-coded attacks, you can tell, oh shit, I can't block that. I need to actually dodge that.
Yeah.
So, I honestly, if I had to critique my own play, I'd say I don't block enough in this game. I like dashing away from shit way more.
Next target is a couple of antennas.
One thing to point out, I think, though, too, because I can, the further enemies level up, the better they are at attacking you when you try to grab them. So by the end of the game, the grab is kind of useless, unfortunately.
Well,
yeah, and unlike the second game, there's not, like, shit in the environment that you can grab and throw. It's only other enemies.
I see.
Good mummy head tactic is that you can stun lock them easily, because, like, a lot of their attacks require, like, them to kind of charge up a little bit. Like, even their regular, like, little burst fire attack, they'll kind of pause before they do. So if you can just keep knocking them back, you can get up close to them and they just can't do anything. And that's true for even the highest of mummy head level enemies, so... Man, this game is more complex the more I think about it and all the shit I've, like, done.
Yeah. It's a dope game for 2001.
Yeah, honestly. One thing that a lot of reviews praised, and, like, there was a lot of interview coverage of, is the game's camera, of all things. And I never really thought of it while playing that, but, like, when you think about it, like, yeah, this is a pretty good camera for the time.
It's a cool camera for, like, you know, for what it is, since, like, it spins around a lot, you know, you don't, like, it doesn't feel uncomfortable when you're looking at it, I guess.
Yeah.
I would say.